What went beyond these straightforward comedic skits of his earlier YouTube videos, blending comedy, music, theater, and philosophy? He created a multimedia experience that used intricate lighting, sound cues, and staging in ways not typically seen in stand-up. What added a level of maturity and introspection to his work, departing from purely surface-level teenage edgy humor?
You think you know better than everybody. You will die alone. But in the meantime, you might as well tell those silly jokes of yours.
The very first line in the first song he performed said, "You used to do comedy when you felt like being funny, but now you're contractually obligated, so dance, you effing monkey," setting the tone that he was going to explore the more complex dynamics of fame, artistic integrity, and a comedian's role in society.
Being a comedian isn't being an insensitive prick capitalizing on the most animalistic impulses of the public. It's being a hero.
But make no mistake, this thing was still filled with absurdist humor.
Yo, fellas, don't you hate it when you're blowing a guy and he ends up being a fat? Am I right? I've been blowing a fat this whole time?
Or how about the full 1.5-minute section where he simulated himself pleasing himself? But this special is definitely remembered for its impressive musical numbers and exploring themes of our destructive world and existentialism. From God's Perspective is a song that addresses religion as Burnham, from God's perspective, argues that people shouldn't think their religious views protect them from being bad people. He even criticized religious people who constantly argue whose perspective is correct, questioning, but no one entertains the thought that maybe God does not believe in you. His balance of comedy and darker, more personal themes would become a defining element of his style. Perhaps the most memorable part of the show was a song called Repeat Stuff, which criticizes the emptiness of modern pop songs, more specifically the ones performed by musicians like Justin Bieber and One Direction, who use the same formula to hypnotize little girls and rake in millions of dollars. He sings, "Oh girl, I hope you don't think that I'm rude when I tell you that I love you, boo. I also hope that you don't see through this cleverly constructed ruse designed by a marketing team cashing in on puberty and low self-esteem and girls' desperate need to feel loved."
What the songs basically do is they're love songs to girls, and they describe the girls as vaguely as they possibly can, so that every girl can think that song's about them. So it's like, I love how your fingerprints are different than everybody else's, and like, I love how your eyes have that like bluish, brownish, greenish color, and your torso has an arm on either side of it.
And just before the end of the track, Bo abruptly interrupts the song to portray the artist selling their soul or body to Satan.
If you're my agent, you might be thinking, oh no, sound the alarms. You're not appealing to little girls who don't have arms, but they can use iTunes, so who needs them? Oh girl, oh hello Satan. Oh, Satan, you taste so good. Repeat stuff, repeat stuff, repeat stuff, repeat stuff.
He closes with the intense and hauntingly orchestrated musical number, We Think We Know You. In the song, Burnham seems to grapple with the pressure of audience expectations, the struggle to stay authentic, and the reality of being placed in a box by his fans and the public. As the song reaches its peak, Burnham stops abruptly, which results in a powerful silence where the audience understands what the song and what the entire special is actually about.
We think we know you. 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 We think we know.
ADHD feels like if I have to do this one simple task, I am greeted by a bunch of other roadblocks, which makes that one simple task a whole lot harder.
And I found he wasn't paying attention as well as I'd like him to. Also, he was up wandering around, pestering his siblings.
When I heard about Calvary, I definitely had a feeling in myself that, oh, this is the medicine that I need to take.
I really started to notice that he was able to stay on task. When I'd watch him do his homework, he wouldn't get as distracted by small things around him. He was finishing his homework quicker, and he was able to do chores around the house better as well.
Qelbree viloxazine extended-release capsules is a prescription medicine used to treat ADHD in adults and children 6 years and older. Important safety information. Qelbree may increase suicidal thoughts and actions in children and adults with ADHD, especially within the first few months of treatment or when the dose is changed. Tell your doctor if you or your child have or if there is a family history of suicidal thoughts or actions before starting Qelbree. Monitor your or your child's moods, behaviors, thoughts, and feelings during treatment with Qelbree. Report any new or sudden changes in these symptoms right away. You should not take Qelbree if you or your child take medicine for depression called a monoamine oxidase inhibitor, MAOI, or have stopped taking an MAOI in the past 14 days. Also, you or your child should avoid alozatron, duloxetine, bromeltion, tasmeltion, tizanidine, and theophylline. Qelbree can increase blood pressure and heart rate. Your or your child's doctor will monitor these vital signs. Qelbree may cause manic episodes in patients with bipolar disorder. Tell your doctor if you or your child show any signs of mania. Do not drive or operate heavy machinery until you know how Qelbree will affect you or your child. Qelbree may cause you or your child to feel sleepy or tired. The most common side effects of Qelbree in patients 6 to 17 years are sleepiness, not feeling hungry, feeling tired, nausea, vomiting, trouble sleeping, and irritability. And in adults, insomnia, headache, sleepiness, tiredness, nausea, decreased appetite, dry mouth.
We know you.
This ending tells viewers that more than just a comedy show, this was an exploration of the contradictions of our pretentious society, the dangers of celebrity worship, as well as foreshadowing the deeper existential themes that would characterize Burnham's later work. And at this point, Burnham had stopped creating content solely for YouTube, expressing very clearly why he quit.
In 2006, 2007, when I was 16, 17, you guys were 10, whatever, I was convinced, like, and I think most people were, like, oh, Oscar-winning movies and shorts and everything will be YouTube videos in 8 years. It has not happened. And the reason it hasn't happened is because, like, it just sucks. I mean, go on YouTube and look at, like, a majority of user-generated content. It is god-awful. I know there's some really good stuff, and I know there are probably a lot of people doing good work. They're not getting the most views. The most popular people are, you want to talk about, like, translated mediums and derivative stuff. It's just, like, kids talking about other pop culture. It's the Tonight Show posting their own clips on it. This was supposed to be like the medium that bypassed all the corporations and bypassed all this stuff. And it isn't. We lost the internet. I stand by that. And the internet we had a chance to be like the people's medium, and we lost. I was a YouTuber that posted 13 3-minute videos over the course of 3 years. I mean, that was my presence on YouTube, you know? And now being a YouTuber is posting 15-minute videos every other day of your life. You know, it's wild. And it sort of felt like what YouTube asked of you 10 years ago was you got a little funny thing to post it. And now it's like, live, reflect yourself, be there. It's weird, you know? It's the same thing like, you know, you used to be on Facebook and make a little website. It's like, oh, my little picture, my interest. And now it's like Instagram and Twitter. What do you think? What do you look like? What do you think? Those are base, weird, deep questions.
However, he did upload this special to YouTube entirely for free, which today sits at over 25 million views. What received overwhelmingly positive reviews and certified him as a mainstream comedian and artist. From there, he unsuccessfully tried to pivot into scripted television. Burnham would be the star of the show. Zach Stone is going to be famous, portraying the protagonist, a teenager who spent the money he was going to use on college tuition to hire a camera crew to document his life at home. The character believed he could manufacture fame for himself by making himself look like the star of a reality show with staged events.
Hey, is that Zach Stone? Did he reinvent himself? Yes. And yes. Who's that hot girl on Zach's arm? Is that Christy Ackerman?
Yep.
I'll do the voices, okay?
Zach Stone is going to be famous, premiered on MTV in May of 2013. Despite earning generally positive reviews from critics, including Newsday, which described the show as almost too clever, funny, and ironic for MTV, the show struggled in the ratings during its run, leading to its ultimate cancellation after the first season. In a bittersweet message to his Facebook, he wrote, "If you like the show, I am sorry that you won't be getting more of it soon, but please don't feel sorry for me. I am the luckiest guy that I know." Thank you all so very much. Bo. Aside from his short stint on the 6-second video sharing app Vine, Burnham would remain out of the public eye. He occasionally posted on social media or attended an event here and there, but he spent 3 years working on his songwriting and carefully crafting new theatrical performances, which were on full display in his most successful stand-up special to date, Make Happy. Thematically, Make Happy was nearly the exact same as What, but perhaps slightly less interpretive and more to the point, and it also is probably Bo's funniest special. He remained consistent in his ability to weave together various genres and styles, blending stand-up comedy, musical theater, and performance art in a way that made his show unpredictable.
We'll do a racial joke about the white people so you don't feel uncomfortable. White people, we like the same foods. Favorite sandwich, peanut butter and jelly, macaroni and our favorite chips, salt and big. Wow, who said it? Get the cameras on them.
Straight White Male is a song on the problems one faces when cursed with being Caucasian, heterosexual, and male, with the irony being that they don't face as many problems since straight white men have historically caused most of the oppression experienced by women, ethnic minorities, and those part of the LGBTQ community, among others.
We used to have all the money and land, and we still do, but it's not as fun now.
I wrote that song because I just think it's so funny. These straight white are coming out and like, you know, and it's like most of what I hear, like the men's rights activists and stuff. It's like it's the funniest thing in the world. Where it's like, but affirmative action. What are you talking? It's like everything else in the world is working in your favor. Everything, everything, literally everything else. Can they have one thing? Can we do one thing to make other people more comfortable?
The last 15 minutes of Make Happy takes a dramatic turn as Bo shares that his comedy is almost always about performing itself because he thinks that people are, at all times, doing a performance for one another. He explained, they say it's like the me generation. It's not. The arrogance. It's taught or it was cultivated. It's self-conscious. That's what it is. It's conscious of self.
Social media, it's just the market's answer to a generation that demanded to perform. So the market said, here, perform everything to each other all the time for no reason. But what I do know is that if you can live your life without an audience, you should do it.
He then
For over 40 years, wherever great sound is in demand, Sweetwater has provided the gear and the know-how to help music makers sound their best, from your local stage to sold-out stadiums. All the gear you need, advice for people who get it.
So reflecting back on this past unrivaled season, I wanted to share with you guys how I kept going and stayed hydrated the entire time. Drip Drop. It was the key to keeping my body and mind feel great throughout the year. Drip Drop's precise formula has a built-in hydration shortcut that works faster than water alone. From game days to practices and everything in between, Drip Drop kept me going. Even now in my...
He then transitions to a half rant, half auto-tuned song that was inspired by Kanye West, who at the time was on his Yeezus tour taking breaks in songs to talk directly to the audience about issues in his personal life.
I told you before I started that I was so arrogant that I thought that I would be able to change my own narrative and outsmart the media eventually. Because now that I actually signed the deal with the leaders, I've got an opportunity.
The randomness mixed in with seriousness inspired Bo to do a 7-minute rendition of Ye's performance. The first half was about him not being able to fit his hand inside of a Pringles can.
I'll say it again, the diameter of Pringles can is way too small. The radius of a Pringle can is way too small. If you feel me, put your hands up. Come on. If you feel me, put your hands up. Look at all these hands, they're way too big to fit inside a Pringle can.
And the second half was a little bit more serious.
I don't think that I can handle this right. I don't think that I can handle this right. I look at them, they're just staring at me like, come and watch the skinny kid with a steadily declining mental health. And laugh at the tips to give you what he cannot give himself.
The special ends on a very depressing yet honest note with the song Are You Happy?, where he essentially in song form asks the audience if they loved or hated the performance. But he recognizes it doesn't really matter what they think because he is not happy with himself. He sings the most profound line at the end, "You're everything you hated. Are you happy?" Bo was still that awkward, charismatic theater kid that his YouTube audience loved. However, here, peaking in fame and success, he recognizes he is just another one of those celebrities that he spends so much time making fun of, who will pander, act like he deserves attention, or his art is somehow better or more valuable than anyone else's. Because of that, he will be rewarded with more money and more fame, only continuing to compound the problem. Perhaps one of the reasons why this special ends this way is because he genuinely believed he was not going to continue doing comedy after this special.
No, man, I am not lying when I am saying it's a very good possibility I don't do it anymore after this one comes out in a couple months. There's a real possibility of that. The show was sort of about my anxiety was performing. I mean, today was fun. We screwed around with the kids and stuff. You're seeing the special, what it kind of is about. Yeah, I like writing. I feel like I'm a writer, so I'd like to continue to write. I'd love to continue to make theater shows maybe for other people, but I might be reaching the end of the line for me. So like more poetry books and stuff like that? Yeah, or writing a show for another person, or like a stage show or musical or something. I'd be more into, I'm a little tired of myself, I'm a little tired of writing for myself. I kind of want to collaborate a little bit. There's only so much I can do, and so much of what I write is limited by my ability. Like, I'm not a great singer or anything. It's so great to write for someone who can really belt.
Although Bo's outlook here might seem a bit overly self-critical, his material and creative direction for both of his specials were almost exactly the same. The only things that felt new were the silly and stupid jokes, which don't really mean all that much. However, his societal critiques, his life as a straight white male, or his love-hate dynamic for performing summarizes his entire act. Since he became famous at a young age, he didn't have much time to be normal. He knows being a celebrity is unrelatable to comedy fans, and typically the more famous a comic gets, the less relatable they become, which negatively impacts their jokes. But another huge reason why Bo was not going to continue to do comedy was because his anxiety was so bad to the point where he felt physically debilitated on stage, backstage, or even just doing ordinary tasks.
Well, it was so constant that I didn't think it could have been. It was every day, which actually probably should have pointed to anxiety. But and then it really, when I was 23, I had my first panic attack on stage, and that was like, oh shit.
How did the show continue?
It continued. I've had,
you pushed through it.
Yeah, I've had about 10 on stage, and I have a script that I have to keep to. So I have this inner monologue freaking out, and then I'm having to perform.
But you found that you're able to still perform the script while having that somewhat out-of-body experience.
Yeah, I was. But it was like I'd be a little out of breath. So I'd be the entire show for 20 minutes would be existing on the inhale kind of. It definitely wasn't my best work.
It seemed like no matter what Burnham did, he could not subside his anxiousness, and performing just made it worse.
It's very literal. I cannot handle performing in front of you people. It gives me panic attacks. I want to stop. And I did.
And so it was decided. Bo Burnham was done performing live on stage.
Oh my cheese. It's the new Olo cheeseburger from Applebee's. Our juicy bacon cheeseburger served on a skillet of cheesy deliciousness. Too much cheese. Now on our 2 for $25 menu.
This is Buick. Buick. Exceptional by design. Get 0 point.
Instead, he wrote and directed his first feature film, 8th Grade, which was produced and distributed by A24 before premiering at the Sundance Film Festival in January of 2018. 8th Grade follows 13-year-old Kayla Day during her final week of middle school. Shy and socially awkward, Kayla struggles with anxiety and self-confidence while navigating the pressures of adolescence, social media, and the desire to fit in. Despite her timid nature in real life, Kayla posts motivational YouTube videos, giving advice that she struggles to follow herself. Even though this film is not an autobiography, it feels heavily rooted in Bo's own experience as a young person trying to navigate this hyper-connected world.
I had felt like my anxiety for a long time was like very specific to me being a 25-year-old comedian with like an audience. And then I would like do my shows and like young kids would come up to me and say they felt like me and they felt like they knew what I was going through. Even what I was talking about was like being on stage in front of thousands of people. I'm like, why is this resonating with you? And I just think the sort of pressures, the weird pressures that are usually only afforded to like D-list celebrities have now been democratized and given to everybody. So I was always interested in like, who are telling a story about someone on the internet that nobody's watching. So the internet tends to, and the culture at large tends to only talk about the people on the internet that are being seen, but the majority of people on the internet.
And there's a lot more and more who are just talking to the camera and nobody's watching.
Yeah, that's 99% of the videos that are uploaded, 99.9, you know. And the only thing we talk about is like people that go viral. And as someone that went viral, it's really not that interesting.
8th Grade garnered a 99% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes and holds an average rating of 85 out of 100 on Metacritic. Burnham won the Directors Guild of America Award for Outstanding First Time Feature and the Writers Guild of America Award for Best Original Screenplay. It was also during the marketing and promotion of this film that Bo did the most press he has ever done, participating in various interviews and podcasts. We finally got to hear Bo speak at length and realize just how prophetic, introspective, and thought-provoking he was, without him trying to be funny.
And also the political problem for me, if I'd identify it, is the volume of noise. So no noise I contribute to it is going to save that. To me, my political view is shut up. Just please, can we all be quiet for a day? Like a day. Just, if someone does something on Monday, on Wednesday, we can hold them accountable, but just Tuesday, just like, let's just all be quiet. And the problem with Trump is that like everyone is cashing in. Why is everyone pretending like the comedians are thrilled? This is exactly what they wanted. Everyone wanted someone to make fun of and eviscerate. And to act like you're going to play the victim and cash in at the same time. This is exactly what the system called for. Specifically, entertainment did. We called for a big boisterous guy. It was an easy target, and we got it. So to keep making jokes, the jokes are as much keeping him alive as supportive. You're not going to... He's a clown, like, erected for this purpose. So to think we're tearing him down with the thing that he, at least 50% of him is there for, I think is just silly.
Bo seemingly can't decide if everyone having an opinion on literally everything is good or bad. Maybe we're drowning out the experts that deserve to be heard more than the ordinary person. Or maybe we can't trust the experts because they have the incentive to not tell us the truth. Therefore, the more talking from the ordinary person and more information that we get could be better.
Which is to try to give a more subjective, emotional description of what the internet is. Not like a description of the internet as most people do, which is like the rates of cyberbullying are up and kids are spending 5 hours staring at a screen and they're getting headaches. It's like, no. What is the feeling of, and you hinted at this, walking through your life and not just living your life, which is already hell and impossible, but taking inventory of your life, being a viewer to your own life, living an experience, and at the same time hovering behind yourself and watching yourself live that experience. Being nostalgic for moments that haven't happened yet. Planning your future to look back on it. Those are really weird, strange, disassociative things that are, I think, new because of the specific structure of social media and the way it sort of disassociates ourself from ourself.
And not only was he just upset at this overstimulating, hyper-connected world that big tech companies have created, he went to the Google headquarters and confronted them directly.
I don't know. I just don't think we're totally processing. I think we're maybe processing on our own internally, but are we processing it as a group? What this thing means, what it's doing to kids, how it changes them, how significant this stuff is. You want to say the word on television, you got to go to Congress. You want to change the neurochemistry of an entire generation, you got to be 5 people in a room putting your hands up in Silicon Valley. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. It's really strange. You put a 50 millimeter lens on a camera on a phone, and all of a sudden kids can take compressed images that are beautiful portraits of themselves. Is that good? Should we allow that? Does everything need to be streamlined? We can talk to 5 people, now we can talk to 500, we can talk to 30. Do we need to actualize our social lives in the same way we're actualizing our clean energy and our travel? I don't know. You know, I just worry we're going to look back on this like we look back on smoking, going, why are we all doing this? And the equivalent of my Dr. Smoke will be my shrink at a Twitter. You know what I mean? So the conversation is changing so rapidly. You know, by the time kids get old enough to become the adults that can then change things, the paradigm has shifted beyond anything they know. You know, it's really weird. I mean, now we're going way off the rails, but I'm interested in it because you guys are all obviously smart, young, engaged people, and it's I think these conversations I have are everyone's having them all the time privately, but it's very hard to have it in public, you know, because maybe it's slightly critical of the exact medium that the conversations are being had on, and probably the mediums have a vested interest for these conversations not to take place. He says as the audio feed cuts out.
Bo had clearly developed a great disdain for our over-reliance on smartphones and social media, but he wasn't blaming humans for getting addicted. That's what they were designed to do.
They're coming for every second of your life. That's what these companies are coming to. This company as well. It's not because anyone is bad. It's not because anyone in this company has evil plans or is trying to do this. They're not even doing it consciously. Because these companies like Twitter and YouTube and Instagram and everything, they went public and they went to shareholders. So they have to grow. Their entire models are based off of growth. They cannot stay stagnant. Twitter grossed $4 or $5 billion last year. It is in the red. It is unprofitable. It has to get more of you. That could be the ceiling for a place like this. YouTube, the ceiling could be 3 hours of engagement. No matter how nice it's trying to be, it is all that they're trying to get more engagement from you. We used to colonize land. That was the thing you could expand into, and that's where money was to be made. We colonized the entire earth. There was no other place for the businesses and capitalism to expand into, and then they realized human attention, that they are now trying to colonize every minute of your life. That is what these people are trying to do. Every single free moment you have is a moment you could be looking at your phone and they could be gathering information to target ads at you.
Now, this may be much harder for children to grapple, but for adults, you can fight this. You have to consciously choose where you are spending your time online and constantly reevaluate what you are watching and why you are watching it. Now, I personally benefit from this exact system. I quite literally need you to watch longer as it improves my livelihood. But I don't really know how much of you are watching this intently. Some of you are driving right now, or cooking dinner, or just laying down and you have me on in the background, but now I got your attention, so hey. How you doing? So while I do appreciate you being here and spending your time on something I and my team created, I just hope that it was at least by choice and that you weren't tricked or hypnotized and stuck in some sort of content wormhole. Anyways, Burnham made it apparent that he was more interested in writing, directing, and acting than live comedy. I stepped away from stand-up after Make Happy, Burnham told Rolling Stone. I just felt like I did what I wanted. I had no more ideas in that space, and I felt like I'd sort of exhausted myself as a subject. Burnham did not perform live stand-up for 5 years, and instead he used that time to work on his struggles with mental health and various other creative projects. And in January of 2020, he finally felt like he got a grasp on his mental health. He felt better and wanted to pursue comedy on stage again. And just as he was preparing to come back, the entire world shut down as a result of the 2020 COVID pandemic. While being forced to be alone and locked in his house, Bo had basically nothing else to do than to scroll social media, being forced to witness the riots, protests, political discourse, celebrities getting canceled, comedians complaining about cancel culture, brain rot, and all the other mind-numbing whirlwind of chaos we all subjected ourselves to during the pandemic. Bo's awakening towards the horrors of social media, big tech, and human psychology, combined with being stuck at home, would be the inspiration for his final Netflix comedy special, Inside. Inside was not very funny, and he sets you up for that by saying in the beginning that he does not really know what this comedy special is supposed to be. Inside was created entirely within a roughly 500 square foot detached apartment in his backyard. This was created during the lockdown to artistically recreate those feelings of loneliness and isolation we all experienced. Bo immediately sets the tone that this special is going to be, yet again, more social commentary, and the themes he explores are pretty much the exact same as all his previous previous specials, starting off with Healing the World with Comedy, the track that tells the same exact message as his 2013 song, Sad, expressing that comedians often feel or are perceived as heroes for essentially distracting their fans from the horrible atrocities in the world by telling jokes, even though the jokes don't do anything to remedy the problems for the actual victims, but allow you to just feel better about it. Additionally, Bo sings about wanting to help, but also still wanting to be the center of attention, which is critical of the celebrities and really anyone on social media who feels the need to share or post a video of them doing some sort of good deed. The difference between Bo's approach in Inside versus previously is that this song is not funny. It's actually just sad.
Like, I did not feel good watching this. You know, it's not a feel-good special. It's not a feel-great special.
Then Bo busts out Socko, Sock Puppet, for the song How the World Works, to what you think is going to be some cheesy, corny children's song about sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. The tempo and structure of the instrumental is straight out of a Muppets cartoon.
Socko just talks about the world and how it works. Boy, that sounds complicated.
And then out of nowhere, Socko goes full-blown radical conspiracy theorist, explaining the true terrors of the world in an eerily fun and educational way. Socko sings, "The simple narrative taught in every history class is demonstrably false and pedagogically classist. Do you know the world is built with blood and genocide and exploitation? The global network of capital essentially functions to separate the worker from the means of production, and the FBI killed Martin Luther King. Private property is inherently theft, and neoliberal fascists are destroying the left. And every politician, every cop on the street protects the interests of the pedophilic corporate elite."
Don't you know the world is built with blood and genocide and exploitation?
However, this is one of the very few upbeat and slightly funny moments. From here, it continues to get darker and sadder. The rest of the special definitely has a lot of anti-capitalism, anti-monopoly, anti-Silicon Valley rhetoric, but it's mostly packed with existential angst, melodramatic insights on his life as an entertainer, which double as metaphors for your life as an entertainer. That is, if you use social media and document any part of your life for your audience, I mean, friends and family. This theme is perfectly actualized in the ballad All Eyes on Me.
For the router, I don't pay anything for it.
The installation was super easy. I didn't have to go pick up anything on my own, and all of the equipment was included. It's just one and done. Anyone that needs any of those things should check out G-Fiber.
The future of weight loss is here with Wegovy and Hims. Lose up to 20% of your body weight, starting at just $149 a month. For the first time ever, get the FDA-approved Wegovy pill or pen through Hims. No insurance needed. If prescribed, Hims connects you to a licensed provider to develop a personalized plan, plus ongoing support from your care team. This is the new era of weight loss with Wegovy and Hims. Start today at Hims.com.
You are my prey.
Seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Hey, big man. In both delivery and round classes give off this slightly dark energy that Wanda does. He takes the role of this I have seen many futures, inviting you into an endless of entertainment, information, and confusion, while also reminding you about the harmful content, misinformation, and degeneracy. The core is, can I interest you in everything all of the time, apathies and tragedies and boredom of time, highlights how the internet is always there to trap you in an endless cycle of consumption because today's humans cannot handle a moment of understimulation or boredom.
Welcome to the internet. What would you prefer? Would you like to fight for civil rights or tweet a racial slur?
He then goes on to mention that life was not always like this, and you think he's going to pivot to a moment where this was all a big accident and life was better with you, only for him to explain that getting people addicted to this social hellscape was all a part of some Tommy let you use an iPad on the barely too. He did all of the things he designed it to do. Now, it was always the plan was the then the song shifts to playful and sinister, with both maniacal laugh that makes the audience realize how trapped they are, and how the elites who run this world are laughing at the endless ocean of money they're pouring in at the expense of civilization. This track is by far the best overall representation of Bo Burnham's art. It's funny, it's got amazing songwriting, creative wordplay, it's got great singing, it's eerie and slightly uncomfortable, it's thought-provoking and self-aware, and also an incredibly accurate summary of our civilization. Even Bo knows that he just peaked, so much so that he might even want to disappear. The very last song is the track Goodbye, where Bo expresses how badly he wants to just stay inside, how he wants to stop being the jester, stop being another cog in the entertainment wheel and distracting the world from real problems and supporting an evolution. But ultimately, he knows that one day his relevance will be financially drained, or simply needing the approval of others, resulting in him going back to the stage and repeating this same cycle he has been done for years. Swear to God that all I've ever wanted was a little bit of everything all of the time. That would be the tragedy and boredom at the time, unfinished playing, I'm staying inside. Bo Burnham wanted a little bit of everything all of the time. He wanted to be a theatrical performer, he wanted to be a comedian, he wanted to be a musician and a songwriter. He wanted to be introspective and thought-provoking, but he wanted to be crass and silly. He wanted to be quirky and cute. He wanted to be tall and handsome. He wanted to fit into unique and shots, but once he got it all, he no longer wanted what he needed because everyone's got to make money, and trying to balance all of this without going insane is next to impossible, which is likely why his mental health has deteriorated to the point where he has disappeared off the internet and is nowhere to be found, clearing all of the content from social media and replacing them with an ocean representing himself being lost at sea, but hopefully peace. Or maybe it's just this fraud who puts on this fake, melodramatic persona while he rakes in millions of dollars just like all of the other Hollywood phonies he claims to hate so much. I don't know.
Unroll under a bridge. That's Troll Troll's name. What? The South. A lady troll? Yes, like one. No, which is four. Yeah, it's a funny name for a boy. Well, this one's a funny boy. He sat under a spring, robbing anyone who passed him by. Sometimes he'd go into town and rob the shops and inns and such. And he persuaded our hero that maybe he should rob people too. You know what? Little Trisha, he robbed people. And little Trisha was good. While until the troll met another troll in a strip club, and they saw him blind. He bought her a pair of big, pearl tits, even bigger than his real troll tits, so she could make more money streaming. Maybe a little on the side without call work, but you didn't hear that from me. Wow! And then she pushed out a pair of little trolls, and the big bad troll under the bridge went soft. What a little brother,
Let's keep fighting until we have a winner.
I can't wait to see what awesome presents I just ate. Let's do this. You know the answer? Click here to answer and have your own pet on a dusted mind. Come on, you got this.
Another epic victory.
Okay, guys, who would like to be pro?
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging.
Are you ready to hunt? sharp, but my mind is far
30
sharper.
seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Tiger Division is looking for someone to help us analyze extremely sensitive data of a highly scientific nature.
I'm flattered, but I'm afraid my hands are just a bit too full at the moment.
I'm aware. That's why I was going to ask if your daughter Valeria was available.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
I prefer teams of 4, but I can make this work.
The enemy approaches. My aim is true.
What in the fuck?
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now. The mission area is yours.
Territorial advantage.
Damn it.
Activating force field stabilizer.
Vulnerable than ever. Damage sustained.
Like the hot-shaped
I can't believe you're fast.
Guide my spear.
Well, who's next? You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
You never fail to impress me, Reed. Who am I? Invisible?
The area's almost yours.
That's all. Has arrived. This is together.
I was chosen by Bast. Let me show you why.
Seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Your stretching ability can make things bigger, right? Does it work on your end?
Bluetooth pairing.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop you right there. I was gonna say brain, but you have to go and make it all creepy.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Wakanda has always reached for the stars. Now we have claimed them. My aim is true. Ah, yes. Much better.
Maximum pulse!
Know your limits.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now. The mission area is yours.
We earned this. This is why they...
Ah, yes. Much better. Fast! Guide my spearhead!
Team strike, efficient.
Captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Even better than my mutant power. The enemy will grow desperate. Prepare!
Control lost.
We are in the front. Prepare yourselves. Tremble before fast! Powerful healing. You're mine. Even better than my mutant power. The Jalia can wait. The hunt is not over.
Control seized.
Lights out. Go one for time.
The
The
area's
Jalia
almost
can
yours.
wait. The hunt is not over. This protection will not last.
Maximum pulse!
They can't be allowed to seize control.
Shields up. We'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
My aim is true.
Another epic victory! Big win! The right heroes could make all the difference.
Wind, cloud, and storm, hear my command. When you have been powerless, having power means something.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
All right! Another meeting of the Secret Society of Super Peters. Good to see you too, Spidey. But, yeah, we really gotta change that name.
hyphenated heroes? Lords and men? Spidey and Garfunkel?
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
You sure those are bad guys?
We need to stop that vehicle in its tracks!
They're doing major damage. One down.
Storm is rising again.
Better stop that vehicle! They've made it halfway! Stop them! There's still a chance to stop them! So cool!
Happy to help.
Stop them in their tracks!
I will always lend a hand. Enemy in front of us!
Co-op time! Stop them in their tracks! Please, what hurt?
Pulse charge! Fire!
Much better. Never The wind will only blow stronger. Let's end this quick. Feel the thunder. Release the Glotron!
We better test this out.
Have a tailwind. Thunderbolt!
Help! So close!
I'm an ancient time! A little extra power never hurts.
Only 60 seconds left!
Be strong! You're in my storm! You belong to me!
Such a pity.
Pitching harder than ever. Sometimes. Or a dagger. You were outclassed. Down to 30 seconds! You stopped them in their tracks! We better test this out.
The wind will
You'll have to
only
keep
blow
fighting until we have a winner.
Ride the winds!
Watch me go! They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them. Help! So cold.
Ride the winds! Anything is good healing. Feel the rise of the goddess! You can't strike down a goddess.
They've made it halfway! Stop them!
Armed and dangerous!
Just who Gambit was looking for.
Better stop that vehicle!
Speed is
There's still a
everything.
chance to stop them! They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
Destroy the spider nest. Feel the thunder. Thunderbolt.
Better stop that vehicle! It's now or never! Stop them!
This storm never truly ends. Speed is everything.
Don't give them another hint! It's spider time!
You belong to me!
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
I am king of my people, god of our gods.
Initiating surveillance mode.
My spear!
Give me that look.
Perfect time to steal all your weapons.
My soul shall not rest yet.
Leave them to Khonshu!
Watch your step. This place is teeming with spider bots.
Relay deployed. It ain't cheap. You're welcome.
Ah, yes. Much better. My aim is true.
Let's dance. Just here to do my...
I still have some hunt left in me.
Vigilante activity detected. Initiating surveillance alert. Martial law.
Strange little fight. My aim is true.
Down Gunther! Accuracy percentage!
Oh man, I gotta make another beacon?
The enemy at last. Guide my spear.
Down! That fucking hurt!
Born again! My aim is true.
You crossed my path!
Much better.
You got them all!
Initiating surveillance alert. Martial law are in effect. No unauthorized entry.
Pulse charge! Fire!
Tremble before fast! My strength is renewed.
Your powers are mine! No skill shot!
Double KO!
My justice is swift.
It's Spider Time!
I'll patch you up. Okay, hold your horses. I'll deploy another beacon.
Tremble before fast!
No skill shot!
Down to 30 seconds.
My strength is
Vigilante activity. Initiating surveillance alert. Martial law are in effect.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
the Punisher's turret must be dealt with.
I'll patch you up. Move the magic tablet to the super across my back.
Raccoon has a heart thing. My skill is true. Ah, yes. Much better.
Perfect time to steal all your weapons.
Again, my ancestors are watching. Hit.
There's a Lord Icon
That's the heart of it.
Vigilante activity.
My soul shall not rest.
Down their accuracy percentage!
Get that vehicle moving again!
We make a killer. I'm just dying. Move the magic tablet to the Super Ultra Max prison. What could go wrong?
Again, my ancestors are watching.
You're halfway there. Keep going!
Hey, T! Enjoy the amplifier!
Only 60 seconds left.
Leave them to consume.
Scan initiated. Visualizing active light detected. Initiating surveillance mode. Martial law in effect. No unauthorized entry.
What could go wrong?
Almost there. Turn back now. Down to 30 seconds.
Fast, guide my skill. Tremble before fast.
The final 10 seconds.
What's wrong, Poodle?
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Careful! Someone scratch my back. I'll patch you up.
What's wrong, girl? You just woke up.
Breaking into jail? Well, that's a fun new twist.
My strength is renewed.
Visualizing activity. Initiating surveillance.
That's it. Don't let anything stand in your way.
Unauthorized entry.
What? Here I come.
Listen, let's try something different.
Can you wait 1 minute after you wake up?
Only 60 seconds left.
I will strike even harder. You are not my kind of king or god.
Flat butts. They're behind you. I'll patch you up. Breaking into jail? I'm just dying. This is?
Counting on you, Ben. Down to 30 seconds. So close. This is a big chance.
I'll patch you up.
Scan initiated. Visualizing
Final 10 seconds.
unauthorized entry.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Hold on, Taylor.
That's a fun new twist.
Another epic victory.
Yeah, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Alright.
Yes. Daddy.
Mm.
Daddy. Daddy.
What?
What?